guys had a pretty massive year last year. You won, 5 music awards for the New Zealand Music Awards, including Best Album. How do you plan to follow that up? I mean, what are you guys doing this year? What's 2012 hold for you guys?
We're just going to keep doing the same thing, to be honest. Like the things like music awards and stuff like that it's like amazingly flattering, and it's hard to kind of comment on it without, like people always get pissed off when they don't see you being gracious and stuff. But I mean, like it's not that like we're not in it for awards or anything like that or success. It's like I just always wanted to be in a band. Everyone's always wanted to be making music. It's like a passion and a lifestyle. So it's not really about sort of popularity and recognition and that kind of thing. We're just going to keep being honest about what we're doing and trying to do it for the right reasons. And for us, it's just creativity urge. And when if we weren't feeling like writing music and creating an album and like kind of exploring music as an art form and as like a lifestyle, then it was we should give it up. So but we still feel pretty inspired. We've been doing a bit of writing and stuff, and it's we're in good spirits.
All right, so this year, can we expect any new material to surface?
I mean, I'd love to say yes, but like most likely maybe no.
Too busy?
Yeah, well, not too busy. It's last year was dedicated to touring and promoting Passive Me Aggressive You, and we've had a bit of time to write, and there's a lot of things that we're working on now. So about midway through this year, or I don't know, April, that's when we're going to start working on finalizing new material and stuff. And it will materialize next year. It's a big university over there.
There must be quite like a bit of pressure coming off this album, and sort of like you're like, oh shit, now I'm gonna make a really good one,
Well, there's this sort of like saying, like the second album syndrome or whatever it's called, or like it's this concept within the industry. I guess we sort of learnt from I don't know, just being involved in the music industry around the world, where bands can often have that, like a lot of pressure and a lot of lead up to album number 2. And I think the sad thing is that I think that awareness that people have of the difficulty to create album 2 perpetuates the whole stress itself. So I think because people are like, oh, the second album's going to be great, even if it was really great, people will still always be judging it on the basis that it's supposed to be better. It's almost like you're stuck in this cycle of like trying to catch up to your own expectations or other people's expectations. So I mean, the pressure for us is more, I think it's much more like industry orientated. Like like we'll feel pressure from our label to get it finished, to get it done on time, and they'll have certain expectations. And I think with people who are involved in the industry like that, often their expectations can be sort of like they don't actually almost like understand what their expectations are. Like they'll hear a song and maybe they don't get it right away, but someone like a music fan will really, really love it, and they'll think it's amazing. But because the person at the label doesn't quite get it right away, they think it's not good enough or something, or like people's expectations are kind of just, they go up and down and they vary and stuff. So I don't know, I think we're just going to try and ignore everyone. And just
Fair enough.
Do what we want.
Fair cool. Most of the material on the album that you released last year is, it might sound like I have to say this, but it's really good stuff.
Oh, thank you.
Like, honestly.
Thank you.
When you were writing and recording the album, did you have a lot of stuff already that you sort of just brought on that you'd already written? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it was like this slow sort of accumulative process for us, because we were like working day jobs and just like normal lives, just scrounging to get money together to pay for rent that was like horrendous living in the city. So yeah, it was quite slow, and it sort of went from when we found David and Jesse, who were like old friends from college, just friends of friends and stuff. We were like, I was like, David, do you want to come play bass? And he was like, oh, I've got university, can't do this. I was like, nah, it'd be cool, come on.
And then pretty much it.
Yeah, it is. And you're like, oh, okay. And then Jesse, the drummer, was working some job that so it was like, kind of hated it and stuff. So we just had to like sort out our lives at the same time as try and do this band thing. So from about the start of 2009 to when we released Young Blood, which was Started 2010. Yeah, it was kind of like all that time we were writing and rehearsing and learning how to be like a band together, because we'd never played together and stuff. So it took a long time to work out the communication and all that.
It's been quite a daunting thing to sort of leave job security behind and dedicate yourself to a band.
Oh, totally.
And be like, what if we don't make it? You know what I mean?
No, it's horrifying. It's the most nerve-wracking thing, but very luckily for us, by the time we up and left the country to go overseas and start touring, all these like security things had been sort of in place. Like we had a booking agent, we had a big record deal with like tour support and loads of money to throw around and stuff like that. and it gets very like you start to sort of think, holy crap, I can do this. We can do this full time. But even when you've got things like tour support, which is like guaranteed money that you're going to be given, you're kind of still like, how does it work?
Yeah.
Where's it going to go? Who's going to spend it? Who's got the card? Where's the account go? Oh my god, like you just don't know what's going on. But then as it starts rolling and the process starts happening, you start to kind of understand how things kind of work. And it's like any business, a lot of money comes in and then just as much goes right back out, you know, and it's kind of like this constant, you know, the business side of it ticks along, but it is always scary because you always wonder, it's like, fuck, it could just run out any minute. And I bought a lot of trousers this year that none of them fit, so I had to go like sell these trousers at this second-hand store.
It sounds the complete opposite of what people would expect to hear from like a rock band.
I didn't buy any drugs, I just bought guitar pedals and trousers.
You did prostitutes, or is that not?
Nah, I'm a little bit...
Is your rider huge?
Scared.
No.
A lot of demands?
No, see, we have like discussions about excessive spending on the rider.
Really?
It's like, whether or not we deserve chocolate. So there's like chocolate on weekends only.
Oh, really?
We're very particular about.
There's a weekend rider, and there's like, just in America, every time you put down corn chips, they give you this bucket, like a trough of corn chips, and it's like...
It's not like a bag of CCs, it's like this giant thing of corn chips.
So we've had this ongoing discussion about the fucking need for corn chips on the rider. I reckon we've bought like a packet of corn chips a day in America. It's just been a waste, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Okay, well, last question is the obvious one, because I'm quite interested in this, and I'm sure several other people are. Is what would you say your sound is? Because it's quite different. You know
Thank you. No, I think we just like to kind of try and be as unpretentious about it as possible, and I just like to say we're either a rock band, because a rock band can, you know, that can mean anything from like, I don't know, music from the 70s to current electronic bands now, you know, like that's all just rock music. And essentially we're a rock band, you know, we're an alternative pop band. Or a popular alternative band.
All these labels.
Well, yeah, but I mean, those are vaguer than saying we're like electro rock.
Yeah, I think alternative rock is like a pretty safe thing. Like it encompasses all our influences and it encompasses all the different sounds on the record and stuff. So I think alternative rock is a pretty safe place for us.
Thanks, Dave. That was way more chilled out than I thought. Cheers, guys.
Thank you. Cheers.
Keep chugging. All right. Have a good day.
Awesome. Cool.
See ya.